October 18th, 2021. That was when Apple launched their brand new M1 Pro and M1 Max MacBook Pros, and it was groundbreaking, industry defining. I rushed to pick up the M1 Max MacBook Pro, and it's pretty much been my daily driver for the past 2 years. In fact, it was so good that I didn't even see the need to pick up the M2 Max last year. However, this year, as soon as Apple announced the M3 Max in all its space black glory, I knew it was time. And there it was in all its glory, the 14-inch M3 Pro MacBook Pro in space black. Right off the bat, my first impression was this thing looks gorgeous, and not to mention it feels so much lighter and smaller compared to my 16-inch. Now in the box you also get this color matching braided cable, which is really nice. I'm glad they actually fixed the tips here to also be black, so that's good. And then you have this nice and small and cute power brick, I mean much smaller than the 16-inch version. And of course, not to forget your black Apple stickers, which I don't know what people do with these, but yeah, it's there. Now, overall, let's talk about the actual finish, because Apple says that it has this special anodized coating to avoid fingerprints, but let me be the judge of that.
Okay, so one thing to note here, if you do want this space black color, you do have to go with the M3 Pro or the M3 Max. The base model M3 just gets a regular old space gray. I gotta say, if you are thinking to upgrade to the more expensive M3 Pro model just to get this color, then you're in the right place, because I did the exact same thing. I mean, look, we're both shallow like that. That's why you guys are here. That's why you guys are subbed to the channel, right?
Did we just become best friends? Yep!
But look, okay, let's actually compare them now. Silver to the space black. Look, it's not space black. It's more gunmetal gray. I think that would be the perfect description for this color. Like, if you actually want to see what space black looks like, I mean, if you just got to take a look at the keyboard, right? Like, the keyboard is black. Now that compared to this, you can see that this is more grayish. But look, at the end of the day, they had to go with this gray tone, because imagine if they went with black, you would literally have a nightmare fingerprint situation. Like, have you guys seen razor blades? Those things look like they're the sole reason for climate change. But these ones, I mean, they're pretty solid. They do smudge up a little bit, but you just got to keep cleaning it. You got to keep wiping it down and take care of your devices, right? Especially when you're paying that much money, you want to do that. But look, let's put this against the ultimate test, which is the facial smudge test, right? My forehead and nose is pretty oily. I know it's a little bit disgusting, but look, I got to do it for science. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just do a little rub against my face right there. And do I see smudges? Yeah, I do. I mean, it's not too terrible. Like, there's the oil residues, but if I go ahead and just wipe that with my hand, boom, for the most part, it's gone. And also, if it's all black, then you don't get these beautiful light hits that you usually get with these Mac laptops. So, I mean, I'm here for it. I mean, if you were to compare it to the silver, right, this is how both would look. This is more of a starker difference, probably looks better on camera if I was to do some beauty shots or whatnot, but this is also easy on the eyes, right? Like, I like that nice little roll off. Now, in terms of speakers, the MacBook speakers are fantastic, but sometimes you're out and about with your friends or you're going somewhere and you just need more sound quality, which is why I think this might be one of the best speakers on the market right now. This is the Soundcore Motion 300, and for the size, this speaker has high-res certification, IPX7 waterproof resistance, which basically allows me to do something like this. I got a tub of water here, and we're gonna take the speaker. It's like shooting water up. So you know it can take a beating. All inside this really elegant package, which has great materials, great build quality, which altogether, in my opinion, makes this one of the best portable high fidelity sound speakers you can get on the market. And coming in at only 79 bucks, the bang for sound in the speaker, it's fantastic. And what's really cool about the speaker is it's smart enough to sense which position you have it in, because you can leave it standing, or you can leave it hanging with a built-in strap, or you can put it face up, giving you tons of of control for the sound quality. I think Soundcore is really killing the game here when it comes to portable speakers. So if you're interested in picking one up, I'll have it linked in the description down below. Okay, in terms of specs, now the one that I have here is the M3 Pro, which comes with 11 core CPU, 14 core GPU, and a surprisingly 18 gigabyte unified memory RAM, which is a nice welcome step up this year. Also, the base model now across the board for all MacBook Pros comes with 512 gigabytes of storage, which is also a welcome addition. Okay, but look, something that I've noticed is people have been talking about the M3 Pro, and they're like, don't get the M3 Pro, either get the base M3 or the M3 Max if you need that much power. But why? Like, I actually think the M3 Pro is a really good value pick. Now look, sure, if you're looking at the average creator who probably has like an M1 Max or M1 Pro already, then sure, going from M1 or M2 to the M3 Pro wouldn't really make sense for anybody. But if you are somebody who still is on an Intel Mac, which is probably the vast majority of the people still, in which case, if you're gonna get the M3 chip, the M3 Pro is a solid starting option. I think it is great. Plus you get the nice space black color. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it is a $400 jump from the base model M3 chip. And that M3 chip comes with 8 core CPU, 10 core GPU, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and still 512 gigabytes of storage. And I think for that jump from that CPU, GPU, and that RAM upgrade to the M3 Pro for $400, I think it's pretty worth it. The base model M3 doesn't really attract me as much, and I think if you're getting the base model M3, you could probably be better off just getting a refurbished M2 chip or even an M1 chip, which will function fantastic. But yeah, funny thing is, both of these M3 chips that I have here on this table, they're both not the laptops that I'm gonna be using personally. I literally got these for testing purposes. I wanted to test out the M3 Pro baseline, as well as this one is the M3 Max. And I got it exact same specification as my M1 Max, which is 64 gigabytes of RAM, as well as 4 terabyte storage. And I basically did that because I wanted to do a test comparing these two to actually see how much of a difference it's gonna make for me. So I wanted to get as close as possible, but the spec that I'm probably gonna get is, at the end of the day, obviously this laptop is not for everybody. I mean, this is my day job. I spend more hours on these computers than I do sleeping in a day. So having something this small that can basically be like a production setup on the go, and it gives me this much horsepower to take around with me, and you know, I can edit bangers and stuff like that even while putting the kids to bed or, you know, doing household chores, is really, I mean, it's something that I can't really replace and I need in my life. So that's how I justify my purchases. But look, at the end of the day, even if I wasn't in this sort of field, then I would probably still somehow find a way to justify this. But let me know if you want a justification in the comment section down below. I'll help you out. Tell me like what your life situation is and I'll justify it for you. Trust me, I'm good at this stuff. Now, one of the questions that I really wanted to decide was 16-inch or 14-inch, and honestly, I didn't imagine it would still be this difficult even after getting the 14 inches in the studio. It's still a tough decision. Look, at the end of the day, like, I like having that nice large 16-inch screen to work on, but also this kind of portability is something that I've missed. The 16-inch does feel a little bit unwieldy at times, but yeah, I'll probably do a detailed video on it after I actually go through, you know, experience both of them. At the end of the day, look, I know these laptops are pricey and they're not for everybody, but I gotta say, the amount of power that you can get out of these laptops without being plugged in, now that's key, because there's a lot of Windows laptops as well that can probably put out the same, if not more amount of power, but they tend to be much more chunkier. They need to be plugged into power in order to output this kind of power. Like with the M3 Max chip on these computers, you're in a league of its own, especially when you're comparing to battery powered performance. On top of that, the battery performance on these MacBook Pros is actually really great as well. From that standpoint, I mean, it's very rare to have that kind of combination, not to mention all the ports and everything that you get with it, and it's a premium feeling laptop, right? There's no plastic to be found on here. Everything is this nice anodized metal chassis, and yeah, I mean, they have good software as well. Those are my thoughts on this computer so far. I'm actually really excited because these things kind of power my life, right? So I'm really excited to give these a go and actually test them out, push them to their limits, and let's see how they perform. In any case, if you like this video, then you want to check out this one, or you want to check out this one that YouTube thinks you're gonna like, and I'll see you guys there. Take care. Peace.